So you have covered whistleblowers for years. They're your sources for years. And now, in a sense, you have become one yourself for press freedom. And you write about, in Pay Any Price, these remarkable people who face all odds, like Bill Binney and others.
Yeah. Well, I really respect them much more. They face much more than I ever do. They're much more courageous, I think, than we reporters are. Especially me. I mean, Diane Rourke, who I talked about a little before, but before is really one of my heroes. She did everything that you would expect someone to do in the government. And to me, her case is a perfect example of why Edward Snowden had to do what he did, that he could never have gone through the system. People say, oh, why didn't he go through the system? She tried to go through the system and was persecuted for it.
What about Edward Snowden?
I think he's a whistleblower, and I think he's in the same tradition of whistleblowers.
The New York Times recently said they would call him a whistleblower. Can you talk about the process, the decision that the Times made in using that terminology for him?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was an issue. It's interesting. I just think he is. I mean, I think it's just a simple fact. He's revealed lots of information that's led to a national debate about the extent of electronic surveillance in the United States, and has, paid a heavy price for it. He's had to go into exile. And I think anyone who thinks he could have done what he's done and stayed in the United States is fooling themselves.
Do you think he should be allowed back into the United States and not face trial?
Yes, I do.
What do you think he has contributed?
He is, as I said, he has sparked a new national debate over the extent of surveillance. What I think he contributed was, in our stories and other people's stories early on about the NSA, we revealed the framework, the framework for what the Bush administration had done, that they had turned the NSA on the American people. What I think Snowden revealed, the basic thing that I think he revealed, is that under Obama and in the years since we had first written about it, the American people had become much more an online citizenry. We were now completely digital, with Facebook and Twitter and all of these things. And as a result, the NSA had grown dramatically in their ability to watch the online presence of Americans, much more than they had just a few years earlier in the Bush administration. And so what I think he revealed was the dramatic expansion in just a few short years of the NSA's ability to shadow the online presence of Americans. And that was a real contribution.
You have a son's reporter?
Yes. Yeah, my oldest son, Tom, is a reporter at U.S. News and World Report now.
And so what is the legacy you want to pass on to him?
Well, I want to have a free press. I want to have him, I want it to be where he can still develop sources and do aggressive reporting in the same way I did throughout my career. I don't want young reporters to face a situation or a climate where they're much more constrained in what they can write about than I had in my career.
And you're willing to go to jail for this?
Yes. I think that's the one thing I can leave to my son.
Well, I want to thank you for being with us. The Times might have just come out with an editorial calling Edward Snowden a whistleblower.
Oh,
but, okay. James Risen is investigative journalist with the New York Times, Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter. His new book is out today. It's called Pay Any Price: Greed, Power, and Endless War. If you'd like a copy of today's show, you can go to our website at democracynow.org. A belated happy birthday to Miguel Noguera. Democracy Now! Is produced by Mike Burke, Renee Feltz, Aaron Mate, Norman Shake, Steve Martinez, Sam Malkoff, Honey Masuga, Robbie Karen, Dina Guzder, Amy Littlefield. Special thanks to Julie Crosby, Becca Staley, and to Hugh Grant as well. Our website, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks so much for joining us.